Hey, it's Jeannie Blaha. Take a walk with your angels and joyflames.com. I thought I would go over a few of the highlights of going into the new year, soaring and flying right into it, aren't we? Along with where we've been and what is us all going to mean for the new year. So I'm sure that a lot of you have had very interesting experiences over the last couple of years, specifically to say 2016, where you noticed a whole lot of people, maybe even including yourself, moving around the country, moving from state to state, moving from a town to another town. Maybe several times you even moved. You had put some roots down someplace and then found out, oops, that's not going to work out, and then you ended up shifting gears again. So 2016 was a lot about that. It also held a lot of coming into the truth about the matters, realizing that things were not always as they were being presented to you. So there was a lot of deception and illusion that was coming out and starting to raise to the surface, even with institutions or different organizations that we had been led to believe or been taught to believe were always standing in integrity or honesty. And all of a sudden we were looking at it going, that's very interesting. There's a lot more deception there than we were ever led to believe. And so there was a lot of that sifting out in 2016 of coming into the realization that those that maybe had presented themselves as being very trustworthy or of high integrity were not at all, and then you needed to set all of that aside and find a new community, a new tribe, a new collection of consciousness that really gets the idea of out of the lack, out of the limitation, out of this massive amount of resistance to this forward moving of humanity. And then 2017 hit this year. And what did this one this one for a lot of people was about having to find your voice, having to step into your truth, having to stand in your truth, no matter what it cost. And it was sort of that realization that, you know what, it's not anything more about just us anymore, or just me, and much more about the whole collective and how I'm going to take strides in order to represent humanity. And then generations of kids going back, as well as co-workers, fellow employees, teams that you had that you decided, oh my gosh, I am being called to be the leader here, and I'm going to have to step up and be that voice to help others find theirs. That's what this year was about. Did you feel it? Okay, so what does this mean for 2018 according to Spirit, Source, Angels, those that have gone out of form, that are no longer here? Their message is very loud and clear about 2018 being the year where you do everything in your power to maintain the frequency that you are choosing to live in. What does this mean? Well, if you've decided that you are really done with the old as far as just all the feedback that's always coming in, well, that's life, you just have to deal with it, look away or don't pay any attention to it, or deny that it's happening, or well, that's just the way everybody is, or whatever, and stepping out of that and saying, you know what, no, I'm not going to agree to that. That's not going to be the programming I fall for. And so I'm going forward in joy. I'm going to be in happiness. I'm going to have more lightheartedness. I'm going to laugh a lot more. I'm going to get silly when I feel like getting silly. I'm going to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm really amped up about it. I'm excited about it. I'm thrilled about it. It's going to be my passion, whatever that happens to be. And I'm going to implement it right into my purpose. In fact, my purpose is of joy. Why would I decide that I have to have less than that for my life? So 2018 is to get in there, really maintain your frequency, as far as no matter how fiercely you have to do it, where people are knocking on your doors, your windows, and saying you can't live like that. Who do you think you are? You must think you're really special. Whatever the feedback is, to say that you're going to stay in your frequency, whatever that is chosen. So if you're just saying, yep, I'm just going to go for it from here on out, and whatever that takes, whatever, if I even have to invest, say, 10 hours a day into what it is, but I'm happy and I'm in my joy and I'm in peace and I can radiate differently and I can affect a lot more people with an impact that is juicy, that I haven't given in to that philosophy that you have to just do your passion or your joy or your talents and your gifts on the side, and then have this other part of your life that's full-time not fun. So I'm encouraging you and recommending that you stay on top of it. When those voices come in, especially if it's your own mind, that monkey mind that gets in there and jostles it all around and says that you cannot do it, do whatever it takes to bring yourself back to that center again of course I can do this. I can do everything. I can do anything. All right? Whatever that looks like. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's quantum leaping. Maybe it's doing yoga. Maybe it's getting into some kind of self-defense class, or getting outdoors, being in nature, allowing your inner nature to be very alive and very connected to you. And then just really letting yourself off those hooks that say that you have to hang out with those that are not ready, don't want that. They are really attached to their distress or their dramas or their lack of joy or their unhappinesses, and they have some kind of a feedback loop playing in there that says that's all they can have or that's all they can live, and you should have to join them there. Nope, false. If you are an accepting, loving person, you are allowing and accepting that the people around you are where they are and whatever frequency they're choosing, then really you deserve also to maintain your own frequency, stand in it, be determined. You can love from afar, you can love from a distance, and sometimes it's far more effective than getting in there and making yourself go and attend to things where you can feel your frequency just start to collapse down, because no like vibes and no like frequencies can hang out once they become unlike. It's science. You cannot, it's going to fall away. So if you stay in it, if you say, no, but I have to, I should, I have a duty, I have an obligation, it's some kind of a thing wrapped up in that should language, consider that why is it that you have to lower your frequency instead of others deciding to raise theirs? So, and the most loving, unconditional thing we can do is to allow people to maintain their state, whatever that is. If it's not of a speedier frequency and they are loving their, because some people do get off on their distress, on their drama, on their depression, on their anxiety, because especially if there's an addiction related to it, to be able to stay on pills, to stay on some kind of that self-defeat thing, so you don't have to get ambitious, you don't have to get on purpose, because you don't have any energy when you're in that state, right? You get so have no energy, total exhaustion. Meanwhile, if you stay in your frequency, stay in it, maintain it, be fierce about it, be determined. Those that eventually do decide, you know what, I can do that too, I have the power, I have to reclaim my power and get really turned back on again. You're standing there and you're ready to help. You cannot help somebody who wants to stay in misery though, or has chosen that, or is deciding, I like being sick, I like being unhappy, I like having to take pills every day, I like to have to run to the doctor all the time. All of that stuff. It isn't on us to decide for them that there is something more than that. It's only on them. So let go so you can let in your frequency and maintain it. All right? This is Jeannie Blaha with Take a Walk with Your Angels out of Colorado. Much love, much peace, and consistent practice and action for your frequency. I'm all in for you. Standing here. All right? Take care.